Greetings and welcome to In-Depth. I'm Dike Rostant. Very happy to have this conversation. It's almost a year since, it could be more than a year since I've been trying to speak with Joshua Regrello about a great many amount of things. So we are into that conversation now.
I
Mr.
think
Regrello, how you do, sir?
let's mention that there were just a lot of circumstances that did not permit that conversation because no, you make me look bad.
No man,
It
no
was,
man.
it
People
was
don't
up to
stone
me.
people don't stone an empty mango tree. So this is good. Busy, busy, busy. So how does the season look like for you at this point in time?
Well, right now my focus is on the Pan Man concert, which is like 11 days away, the 6th of February. So I right now it's just all focus on that. And there's a lot of work going into preparations for that. So the next couple of days are very, 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 very hectic for me, leading up to that.
And that's nice, because it begs the question, where is Pan at this point in time? And I say the thing because many times you'd have people say, okay, well, coming up to Carnival, you see the place, the pan yards, them, they're busy, people
Yeah,
hyper, they're going to work a little sleepy. And then
yeah,
after Carnival, around Lent, everything kind of dies down, boil long like Bargy. So in
yeah,
terms of where Pan is, the role of Pan, and how Pan has kind of uh, permeated the landscape.
yeah.
Let me get your view on that, thanks.
Well, I think that's such an opinionated. I'll have a very opinionated answer. Because pan for me is different for pan for another person. And my opinion on pan would be much different than somebody else's opinion on pan, as in where it is right now, where I think it should be. I think if we're just talking about the current state of things, I'm just glad to see that panyards are open, that there is a panorama, that there is a carnival, a real life panorama, and there's life has been brought back to the panyards. So I'm grateful for that of all things. Um, Pan for me is year round. Pan is my job. It's my bread and butter. So for the amount of pan that I play and the excitement that is in my life is all the time, 24/7, every day of the year. And I think that's as much as I want to say right now. Some things are gonna actually answer in my concert because my concert is called the Pan Man Concert, the story of Pan. And I do plan on telling the story of Pan in a very theatrical way. But so what we're actually doing is we're going to break it up into the past, present, and future. And any present, I'm going to talk about where Pan is right now. So I don't want to give away too much about that.
Well, let me fast in the business now, but we're still grateful that you're able to divulge at least that much. But
Yeah,
and even looking at that theatrical aspect, so we would have spoken to individuals from Kaiso House, persons from Malik, the folk performing company, and a
yeah,
few others. And there is a common trend, a common theme in the sense of bringing this level of theatrics into a performance. And I feel it's sometimes a little different from, okay, well, this person normally sings, okay, they sing and they're done, as opposed to
yeah.
say there's this sense of theater. Where does that sense of theater? Why do you see the need for it?
I think just evolving a Pan on a whole, the art form, and just making it, just trying to grow it and change it so that it's not just from a single perspective, a soloist perspective, not just a solo performer on stage, or from just the grand scheme of things. I think Panorama should become more theatrical on a whole. Um, and just to, and not so just not from the art form as well, but also from my perspective as a performer, just to evolve me as a performer and give people different. This is my second concert, so just not talking about the concert, but on a whole, is just to try and change what I do and evolve and give people more. That is what I plan on doing, and I mean not just even for Carnival, but throughout the year, I want to give people more, and bring aspects of theater and storytelling to my performances. If you see me, I've been having this conversation with my friends and my team. I feel like if you see me just performing in a wedding, it's supposed to be not just I'm playing for a cocktail hour. You're supposed to leave there saying, this was a special cocktail hour. And there are aspects of theater that you have to implement to make that hour special.
And you talk about that evolution, one of the instrument and two of yourself.
Yeah.
And give me a little idea about some of the influences that went into you becoming an artist in terms of like you're singing too. Because Carnival, not Carnival, Christmas gone,
Yeah.
you would have contributed, you would have given an offering, and is the Panman Parandero? Remind myself of the term, please.
It's called the Pan Mandero. It's a very weird thing to like grasp onto.
Yeah, I didn't want to bite my tongue, but at the same
Yeah.
time, where does someone say, "Hey, you ever tried this?" Or does that come from within?
A mixture of both and other influences. I think and this is the thing. Usually people ask me like who are my biggest influences? And a lot of people are like offended when I don't just call pan people. And it's because and there's no disrespect to pan people. Like there's so many people that I honor in the pan world. But my main thing is I don't see myself as just a panist. I see myself as a creative on a whole. And so I draw influences from everyone. Like one of my biggest inspirations is Marshall Montano, not just because of music, but because of his brand on a whole and everything. And so I literally draw inspiration from so many people, and I don't want to limit myself to just pan. And so I wanna do art. I did my first ever party for New Year's. I had a New Year's Eve party. So I wanna dabble in everything and try everything. I don't want to be limited to just pan or just be in a box, basically.
And do you find people still, do you find people allowing you to kind of spread your wings, or they say, "Nah, boy, I thought it's this you're doing. Stay in that lane."
A mixture of both. A mixture of both. I think I something I do love is all people. I feel like all people support me on a whole. Like the entire country, I always feel the love from all people, and that's something that I could say without a shadow of a doubt. And it's like last year my concert was sold out, and that is literally testament to people supporting me. But I think it's also it's kind of breaking the what we just know, and like what has been seen. So like for instance, and this is like one of the funniest example. I talk on a mic when I play pan, like a hype man. And literally, there's so many times like when I start talking, I see and hear explicitly people in the crowd saying, "Boy, just play the pan now, please." Like there's so many times, and so it's a matter of just people trying to make me stick to what they know or what they want me to, but it's also a matter of I think nobody has really done that before. So it's something that they have to get accustomed to. We're just accustomed to panists playing pan. So every time somebody's talking, it's like we don't really want this. But it's something that they will grow accustomed to. And I think, in that same moment when that happens, about 2-3 minutes in, they might be like, okay, I kind of like this. Pan man, you have our vibes going. So it's just a matter of just trying different things.
And in terms of that vibes and normalizing it and opening the space so that people can expect more, or be a little more tolerant before they even start to say, "Yeah, man, let's have a vibe." Something like that would have happened recently. Is it Iron Park or Iron Love? Iron Park, I believe,
Yeah.
where you had the pan mixing in with the DJs
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
people just building a vibe a little different. Do you see that model being something that we can be replicating and just looking and seeing how, as opposed to saying pan is pan, as opposed
Yeah.
to pan is an instrument that can be used like this?
No, 100%. I think this is a very hot take, and it might have some conflict, but I think we have yet yet to just to do what we can with pan. Like pan there's so much more to pan than just what we have experimented with. And so I think we have a lot more to try, and I think it's just we have to be we have to be very bold and brave in our experimentations, but people also have to be tolerant and just allow us to try new things.
And I want to talk about that when we return from this break. We are speaking with musician, promoter, influencer, everything, Joshua Regrello. Stay with us. We return with more. Welcome back. We are speaking with Joshua Regrello, and you said it was a hot take, and I want to go a little further into it in terms of what are some of the ways we can expand the reach of what the instrument is able to accomplish, Joshua.
Oof, off the top of my head, I can't see. um, just because I think it's something that I don't wanna just answer wildly without thought. But I think it's really a matter of just trying to just put pan in ways that it has never been before, but also B, just also just try to experiment wildly with pan. And that is what I think I have been doing. And it's also C, sorry. C, I think even some things that people I think just expect has not been done. So for instance, posting steel pan covers on social media was not wildly done before me. And it was just something that I realized that it just wasn't happening. But I think it's people just they just never really thought about it. Panists have never really thought about it. They were like, okay, we play this in the Paniat all the time. People just not seeing it online. So it's simple things that we probably just overlook that I think we just need to implement of. And this is not just about me and Joshua Regrello as a brand. It's about I think all panists have to try to come together and try innovative ways. Because what I always say is the success that I have today is not just because of what I do. It's a collective of many panists right now just trying new things and trying to take part of social media. And I am also just reaping the success of that. It's all of us working together at the same time. So my success is somebody else's success, and somebody else's success is my success. When somebody says, wait, I really like pan now because of Joshua, which is what people tell me all the time, now they're gonna want to hire more panists for the events on a country level. So it's all of us just working together, all panists.
That's interesting because I know that you possibly a lot more up to date in terms of posting content that I am with regard to seeing. But I remember you very recently did a tribute or cover to Black Stalin,
Yeah,
and looking and that sense of nostalgia while at the same time seeing that kind of reinterpretation of things is something that's really refreshing, but it also pays homage to what has gone before. And
yeah.
with that in mind, though, how do you decide, okay, well, I'm going to do this or I'm going to attempt this? Because you have such a presence online.
I think for me, in particular, something that I always am grateful for is that my quote unquote brand. Just have to, I did a little pause just after I use that term. Now, my quote unquote brand is all me. And so I don't think people just expect anything that is too polished or too prepared or something that is just not me. Everybody knows no matter what platform and no matter in what capacity they see Joshua, they're going to see Joshua. So I think that allows me to just try whatever I want to try. And it's the same way that you could say, well, yeah, Joshua trying to sing now too, because I think especially on my social media, it's all people know, okay, we're going to come and see Joshua being himself, which is not Joshua necessarily trying to do something that is too patriotic or just too much of a very formal tribute. It's Joshua being himself. So it's really it's me just trying whatever I want to try or what I think people want to see.
Do you wait until you're feeling in a certain zone before you record a post, or is that just
Yeah,
you? Can you
I
conjure it? Because I don't be that happy all the time. And the way that I said, no boy, that fell on something. What going on?
yeah, nah. It's all that's first of all, that's all natural vibes. And two, I'm real big on just like vibes. Like literally, I tell people this all the time. I don't think people believe me, but I'm not like very well planned or well prepared. I just go off of vibes. My mother's gonna see this and be mad that I said this publicly because she doesn't like that. But it's just that if I'm not feeling to do something, I'm not gonna force myself to. Even with like brands and brands get mad at me all the time. Corporate get mad at me all the time but I'm just like my personality is just so much on just vibes and energy. It's the same thing that you said. Is I'm not happy, you're not happy all the time, but it's because I allow myself to only create when I'm in that mood now. It's like people have attributed like a scream to my content because I scream a lot. But it's like I'm this is not me faking. When I do content, it's real. When I'm happy, I'm actually really happy. And I'm human, so there are moments when I'm sad, but in those moments I'm not creating the happiest content. Yeah, I'm so happy today. I love what I got here, XYZ. It's real. So I just try to be real, and I think I just hope that people, and I'm also grateful that people allow me to do that, to just be real and to create along my emotional timeline.
And with that, you spoke about corporate engagement. What is that process like? Because many times you'd have someone who's very talented, someone who's able to do what it is they're doing, but they're not necessarily able to make that crossover and have that appeal. So what
I
has
have
that
no
been like
idea.
for you?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask more of the process to get that. I it's been a blessing, like honestly, but I can't tell you what's the formula. I can't tell you for the people who haven't been able to make the crossover. It's just been luck. it has actually just been luck for me. Because I'm not good with shooting my shots. So there's so many times where I would go and go out to a corporate or go to a brand and say, hey, could you please support this? And almost each time it's no. But most of the brands that I work with have reached out to me. And it's like, so the first brand that I worked with was Digicel, and Digicel is, I would not be the pan man without Digicel. Digicel has supported me throughout my entire pan journey of like making it digital and just helping me manifest my craziest ideas. But it was literally, I was randomly on a shoot one day with a friend, and he was shooting a video for me, and he was like, hey, you feel you could do a video for Digicel for Independence Day? Or they feeling they were like a kind of pan video, and I feel you might do it. And I was like, well, yeah, let me try it. And his name is Antonio, actually, he's a videographer. And after that, it was just history. Like we just started to make content for digital. And that was all the covers that I did that propelled me to the popularity that I have today. So it was just literally, we were on there's an island off of the wharf in San Fernando called Farallon Rock, a little island. We were on that island shooting the video, and that's what happened. And I was like, and to this day, Digicel is like my main sponsor for everything. And Digicel allows me to do everything that is here that doesn't make sense. Digicel makes happen. And that's just one example. So it's really just a matter of chance and luck for me. And I'm so grateful.
So we have about 2.5 minutes. I want to ask, how is
That's
it
such
that
a
you're able to,
specific time.
yeah, how it is you, and that is part of the question, that emotional timeline, dealing with corporate, but also wrapping up what it is you're doing in terms of like the things that you have this season coming up.
How am I able to manage it?
No, just like give me an idea of them, thanks.
Of what I have exactly?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I have well, one, I have the Pac-Man concert, so there's a lot of just so much involved with that. I have performances I perform very regularly. And then I have, so I'm the official KFC brand ambassador, so I have a lot of responsibilities when it comes to that. So basically in every fete you're going to see me at the KFC booth. If you go to any fete this season, there's a KFC booth and I'll be there just holding a vibe. But I also have a responsibility to do content with them. And that seems like, and then I have my own content that I try to post regularly. Like I try to post TikToks daily. It doesn't really work out. To answer, if you're good, if the follow-up question is how I manage that, I don't know. I have a very good team and I have a very good, I have good friends and family that support me in everything I do and literally just make my life possible. Without them, I would not be where I am and able to do what I do.
I want to thank you, one, for sharing that with us and letting us know sometimes that is all right, not necessarily to have the most detailed plan, but at the same time trying to do whatever it is you do well. So
Yeah.
with that in mind, we thank you very much, Joshua Regrello.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so grateful that we're finally able, after a year of trying, to have this conversation.
Yeah, man, the food is not denied. And on behalf of everyone here at the TTT News team, I'm Dike Rostant. Thank you so much for joining us.